Onward and upward. Hoka Mafate Speed 4. Let us know in the comments if you've already ran in the shoe, how many miles you have in it. Okay, I know there's some DGR runners out there that definitely have taken this through the paces. All right, the testing is done. Muddy, gritty. Let's dive in. 33 and 29. All right, 9.3 ounces in my size. 8 out of 10. That's significantly under the 10-ounce mark. Anything under 10 ounces, we're looking good there. Hoka Jacquard mesh. Okay, let's just double check. Yes, semi-gusset through the tongue. Heel flare, elf flare there in the back of the heel counter. Love that. All right, let's do the toe cap. Okay, not bad. It's good. It's pretty stout. So if you kick a rock or a root out there in your trail running adventures, you're probably going to be, pretty protected. It's not the most stout toe cap in the world, but it'll do the trick. Now, scores on the upper, there's a major flaw, and maybe you've run into this, but maybe you haven't, and it could just be a factory issue as far as this pair, but I tore on the first lacing, I tore an eyelet chain hole. So I suspect other people are reporting this from Hoka. Like, it's just right there at the top. You might not be able to see it there, but it just tore. So that's too bad. I was still able to test the shoe, but I had to give it a ding there on the scores for the upper. Overall, I'm pleased. And we just gotta make sure we reinforce those eyelet chain holes a little bit more. All right, Pro Fly Plus. And I believe, so here we go. 43 on the base layer, the layer closest to the ground for the durometer, and 33 under step. So it's, remember, one of the 8 trends of running shoe design in 2022 that I've noticed? Dual density midsoles. And I think it's only going to increase in, right? For example, of course, the Mach 5 is probably the greatest example of it in 2020. I think they're gonna keep doing it, and I like this approach. Different than putting a plate in the midsole, no nylon, no carbon in there, but just change up, and it requires more production, as far as like in the factory where they're making these shoes. And actually, let's just see here. Where is it? Oh boy, Vietnam, made in Vietnam. So wherever they're making these shoes, like, that takes more time. It takes more effort. Maybe that is impacting the price point quite a bit. All right, ride and energy return, love it, 8 out of 10. And then overall score, I'm seeing a little bit of breakdown already, so we're gonna give it a 7 out of 10 for a little bit of creasing there. And let's do the thumb as well. Yeah, oh, it's nice. It just throws, you can't see it, but it just throws the thumbs back. So good work on that. Midsole light base, it's, okay, I like the idea. What is light base outsole? Okay, I'll let you look at the outsole there. Light base is basically a thin layer. It's not plastering the outsole with rubber, and so that's good. I like that. It's Vibram on the outsole. I wasn't gripping well in the testing. I took it up one of the steeper climbs I have here close to my house. And what the issue, I believe, is, and maybe, how would I use this shoe? 8 to 12 mile trail runs where I'm not going over, 1,500 feet of vertical gain and no steep grades, because I think the lug pattern, it's 5mm lug depth. Okay, so that's good. That's pretty bitey, it'll bite the mountain with 5mm, but I think the lugs are too wide. All right, for that type of lug depth, I would prefer the lugs to be a little smaller, so it's more like a cleat. Like, picture a soccer cleat, so it bites the ground a little better. So anyway, that was just one, and I was running in mud and snow, so keep that in mind as far as the conditions I was testing this shoe in. I think that's all for the outsole, so not bad, but I think we can improve upon it. Positive and drawback, definitely the Pro Fly Plus, and then comfort, nice, good comfort score, but that drawback, of course, is the eyelet chain, everybody, all right? And, whoo, ay, gotta take out a second mortgage. Ay, 185. What are we doing? Man, whoo, I don't know. Ooh. Oh my goodness, we gotta rein it in a little bit. 2 quick specs, there you go, one more time on your screen. And that full review score coming in at 6.5 out of 10. I think the price point, the fact that there's a factory default or, issue with that eyelet chain, maybe it's just the design. If anybody else has had issues with the eyelet chain tearing in the Mafate, please do let us know in the comments so we can crowdsource the build quality of the shoe. That's the beauty of the comments. Ooh, it's all in the comments. Go down there, start chiming in, share your experience in the shoe. And speaking of which, question of the day, let's hear your best trail running story of 2022. All right, if you have the moment, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, type it out. Let's just hear, like, what adventures have you been on? Hopefully you've stayed safe. Oh man, I just love trail running stories because you just get out there and you put yourself out there, and sometimes it gets wild. All right, everybody, we will toss it to the Hoka running shoe playlist right there, right there, right there. Hoka running shoe playlist right there, right there, right there. On where we go. All right, seek beauty, work hard, and love each other. See you tomorrow.